back for another book review. Today we're talking about this one. So this is the Essential Guide to Wicca for Beginners, 52 Spells and Rituals plus Magical History by Amythyst. Raine the cat loves to start doing the little scratch every time I go to record. Anyways, this book. So this book is broken up into two parts. The first part goes over the basic beliefs. What is Wicca? The elements, deity view, general code of conduct, stuff like that. It talks a little bit about traditions, some historical figures, just a little brief something to go through. Is it the be-all end-all? No, but it's a little intro for you to get an idea. The second part of this book, I was really not sure I was going to like. Much like most of the books this year so far. I was just like, you know, again, I actually still have the other one right here. This one was like, oh, didn't I like that? I thought the same with this. Because the second half of this book is a variety of different spells, and I'm like, ugh, of course a beginner book's just gonna be filled with like kind of mundane, bleh, just not great. But no, the spells were good. I actually ended up loving this book so much, I gave it a 5 out of 5. Like, I don't know what it is. I am just like hitting the jackpot this year of good books. Let us hope it continues. What if I don't even have to have a 1, 2, or 3-star video at the end of the year? Oh, editing me would love and hate it simultaneously. So yeah, this actually was so good. The beginner part was like, whatever. It's not the worst, and some people don't want to deep dive into the history, so whatever. It gives you a good running start. You know, you're gonna need to research a lot past this. But it gives you an idea. I did appreciate that she included Scott Cunningham and his contribution. He kind of gets forgotten, but like he was a big name. And so I appreciated that she included him. But overall, it was the spells that I was like, but really? Because again, I love spells that are varied, and these felt really good. Like they were actually very well written spells. They are so varied, but as per usual, you know, when you read books, inevitably you will draw it to your own life, and I fell in love with this author when she included family or chosen family. Oh yeah, it was included multiple times of like, hey, your family or parentheses chosen family, because that counts too. And then also when you're talking about fertility, which usually I'm like, bye, because fertility typically means traditional fertility, and no, there was other stuff too. And like there was even one for adoption, which is like, hell yeah, thank you for including that. But also there were so many spells that I need, because there was one that was like dealing with like medical anxiety and like the not knowing phase, where you're like just stressing yourself out, and literally so much because you'd think I would know better. And like the book that I'm reading right now that's not for work stuff, that is more just for my own personal life, is like, hey, like the last couple chapters has been very adamantly like, do not go to Dr. Google. Do not do it. It will freak you out. And then this book's like, here's a spell to stop freaking the fuck out. And it's like, thank you. I need that a lot. So the inclusion in this book is incredible. The spells were so good, and again, varied. It's not the same technique over and over again. It's good for beginners, but honestly, I think a lot of people could really get a lot from the spells in here. Like, it's one of those, like this other one, I was surprised the spells were so good, but here we are. The spells, so good. I'm gonna have to buy a copy just for that, because it's amazing. So I would definitely encourage, if you need some spell ideas, beginner, intermediate, advanced, whatever you're at in your craft, this is a good book. But also if you are a beginner, it is a good place to start. Again, you're probably going to need to do more research on that first part of the book, but it's a good starting place. And then the second half, these spells, incredible. I've been a witch for 15 years. I am going to be probably performing some of her spells because they're so good. And yeah, there's the argument that like sometimes using your own is better, but also sometimes there is magic in not having to think about it. Like, I create all the time, so sometimes I don't want to. It's nice just to be able to sit down, have a formula, follow it, be done. It's awesome. So I highly recommend this book. I would love to know your thoughts on this one in the comments down below. As always, a huge thank you to my patrons. If you want to support me and get access to exclusive content, it's patreon.com/nightwillowcrafts. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I post every single day, and until next time, blessed be.